So let's look at how we order a quantum cloud as a standalone product. So I'm on the 3XM website, 3xmsolution.com, and we're going to start by signing in. So if you're not registered with us already, you need to click the register button. But if you are, it's just a matter of entering your email and password. And then we'll log in. And now we're going to navigate up to the top nav bar and click on Quantum and then buy Quantum Cloud. So your Quantum Cloud is for delivering your digital files and of course more to your clients. It's made up of a physical element and the digital element. So we can see we have the Quantum card, and that's beautifully presented in a nice black cardboard card holder that you can brand. You can also brand the card, and then that links to the Quantum Cloud, which is the digital piece here that we can see on the phone. So for most portrait photographers, 100 images is probably plenty for your cloud, but you can choose up to 1,000 images, say for wedding clients, and you can order multiple quantities of the card if you say want to have 10 cards in stock at all times in your studio, so you have them ready to go for your client. You can order 10 cards at a time. Now, in order to do that, you'll want to brand your cards a little differently, so you'll want to brand them generically so that they're not custom branded for each individual client if you're ordering quantities at a time. So what you can do is you can put your logo on one side, for example, and then maybe put a nice quote that reflects your brand values on the other side. So that's if you're ordering quantities of cards to hold in stock, ready for your clients. For other people who want to have custom branded cards for each individual client, you can order them one at a time. So you'll need to add them to your cart one at a time. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we've now added it to our cart, and then we're going to navigate up to our cart. So you can see we have a Quantum Cloud in our cart here, and there's a quantity of 1. Now, as I said, if you wanted to order 10 of the same generically branded cards to hold in your studio, you can change that quantity to 10 and click Update Quantity. But in this case, we're just going to stick with 1 card for now. And now we're going to just click into the Quantum tab. So the reference is basically something that will allow you to identify the card in your Quantum dashboard at a later time when you're setting up the cloud for that card. So you can just basically name it with your client. So Mary Jones. Now, number of copies. So don't get this confused with the quantity of cards. The number of copies is basically if you want copies of the identical card going to an identical cloud. So for example, if you've got a high school senior client, you might want a card for mum, dad, and the high school senior itself. So you might actually want 3 copies. So all 3 cards will look exactly the same, and all 3 cards will link to the exact same cloud. I'm just going to put that back to 1, but that's what number of copies is for. Now, as I said, we have the Quantum sleeve, which is the black cardboard sleeve that the card sits in, and you can brand this sleeve. So as you can see, we have got foil and print options. The print is in UV print, which is white because it's on a black card, or you can go for foil, which is available in a number of different colors, and it looks really good in foil. So we're going to opt for silver foil, and as you can see, it says artwork to follow, so we need to upload our logo. So we just click the button there, and we're going to drag and drop our logo onto it. So you drag and drop the file there, and you upload the file. And there you can see the preview of the file we've just uploaded. So if you're foiling, you want to supply a solid black logo on white. So basically anything that's black will be foiled, and anything that's white will be ignored. So you don't want any gradients or shading or anything like that. It has to be solid black. Now, if you need help with your branding, if you click the blue button here, you'll see all the information for both branding your Quantum sleeve and the card as well. And there are downloadable templates for both Photoshop and Illustrator that you can click and download there. So that information is there for you if you need it. So now we're going to go down to the Quantum card branding. So you can brand both sides of the card, and you can choose whether or not you want your card to be in portrait or landscape simply by choosing these options here. You can even have one side portrait and one side landscape if you wish. And again, we don't have any artwork uploaded, so we're going to click Upload New Artwork. And we're going to drag on a logo for one side. So you can see it here. It gives you a preview. And for the other side, this is going to be a custom branded card for an individual client, so we're going to put a photo from that photo shoot on that side of the card. Now, we also have an optional QR code. So say, for example, if a person doesn't have NFC enabled on their phone, then you can add a QR code that can be used as a backup. So if someone doesn't have NFC enabled, they can simply scan the QR code instead. So think of it like as a backup option. So now the card is ready to go. We can see both sides. We're happy. You can obviously position the QR wherever you like, but it'll depend, of course, on what you have on the branding. You don't want to cover up people's face, so bottom left works perfectly for this picture here. And once you're ready, you can just update Quantum Card, and that is now done. So let's look at an example of where we want to order a quantity of cards to hold in stock in our studio. So let's go back up to Buy Quantum Cloud, and we're going to order 5 of these generically branded cards, again for up to 100 images in the cloud, and they are now in our cart. So you can see we've got a quantity of 5 here. And if we go into the Quantum tab, so I'm just going to give this a name. Obviously these will be split out into 5 individual cards because they will be used for 5 individual clients. And we're going to add branding to our sleeve. So we're going to go foil, and I think we'll go rose gold on this one. And we're going to upload new artwork for this. This is just a made up photographer logo, Felicity Fox. And then we're going to upload artwork for the card itself. So we'll upload Felicity Fox, and then you can choose something like a nice quote design for the other side. So it's not designed for one specific client, it can be used for all your clients. Now we'll add on a QR code on the bottom right, so that fits in perfectly, and we're ready to go. So we'll now have 5 cards that look exactly the same with the front and back, but they will all link to individual clouds for each client that you want to use them for. So just make sure you always hit the Update Quantum Card button. So now they're all done. You can see that this has turned green and we're ready to go. Then it's just simply a matter of proceeding to the checkout and follow the steps from there. And that's how you order Quantum Cloud as a standalone product.